I am going to start this story with the understanding that the late 1970s and the early 1980s was an entirely different vibe and mindset than what is common now. I have actually been on this trip 3 times, twice with my parents, once with a youth group. Each trip to one of my favorite places was a bit different, but the Boundary Waters holds a special place in my heart. It all starts with a long drive to the northern Minnesota, near the Canadian border. This is lake country west of the Great Lakes. It is a place where there might be more water than dry land. Once you get to the end of the road, there is a big parking lot. Beyond the parking lot is a big lake. Off in the distance, you can see the islands where the ham spear commercials were filmed. This parking lot is the end of modern conveniences. Beyond its edge is backcountry. We unload the canoes from the car near the water's edge and pack them with paddles, fishing gear, maps, and a compass. The backpacks are packed tight to the brim and heavy. They carry the food, clothes, tent, and cooking gear. We stash them securely in the canoe to act as backrests and bottom weight. We buckle into our bright orange life jackets, wade up to our thighs in the cool water, and free the canoes from the shore. And one by one, we slide into the canoes. As we paddle away from modern life, for the next 10 days, we will live off of what we carry and what we forage. This is 10 days of hard work and living by your wits. It is also 10 days of beauty, wildlife, and connection. If you allow it, this is a trip that can change your perspective on life. Each trip I took had events that were breathtaking and magical. Here are a couple of that stand out from different trips. It was early in the morning, and we had broken camp, earlier than normal because the sky was showing signs of rough weather later in the day. The fog was thick and day gray as we put our canoes in the water. Both sound and color were muted in the eerie softness. We only had a short distance to cross the lake, but the side was hidden in the muted landscape. We would be navigating almost entirely by compass to the next campsite. Then, echoing through the mist, ah, ooh, ha, ha, ha. Ah, ooh, ha, ha, ha. Silence. Then, from the other side, the other direction, ah, ooh, ha, ha, ha. Ah, ooh, ha, ha, ha. Echoing across the lake. First one side, then the next. Laughter that got closer and closer with every cycle. Then loud and close. Ah, woo, ha, ha, ha. My heart skipped a beat. In the silence, my breath. Suddenly, it popped up in the water just ahead. Glowing red eyes looking right at us from the glistening black head. The clear, cold water dripping off of her feathered back. Out of the fog came my first encounter with a Canadian loon. Her blood-red eyes so deep and magical that they draw you into their depths. Oh, be still my beating heart. My connection with the land, water, and animals was a bond formed that day that would never be broken. On another trip, gave me the opportunity in the early morning. This morning, I crawled out of my sleeping bag before dawn. This was perfect. We were on the west shore with a narrow lake. The majestic boulders and pines in full display to the east. Best of all, there was a large flat rock just out of sight from camp. It was a perfect place for a morning solitude with the sunrise. I carefully made my way to the rock in the dim pre-dawn glow and sat down. As the sun slowly creeped above the horizon in the brilliant display of pink purple fading into gold, I watched the mist lift off the lake. Slowly it rose into the sky and joined with the other puffs of mist. In the brightening of the sky, the more and more mist formed. The mist gathered into the clouds. The clouds got denser and heavier. Over the next few hours, I watched in quiet fascination as the dapple clouds turned into huge cotton balls. And then these grew into dark clouds that spoke of rain. During that beautiful sunrise, I watched the water cycle take place. This beautiful dance between water, air, land, and sun was in full flower that day. By afternoon, the heavy, dark clouds were dropping their water back to feed the land. When I took time to slow down, connect to the earth around me, I saw a beauty and a simple truth. I saw the cycle of life. I saw beautiful and miraculous I saw how beautiful and miraculous the cycle is. I learned that I am part of that cycle, and in order for her to provide what we need, we must treat the earth with respect and live in harmony with the earth's cycles.